Welcome to Season 9 of the Reddit Dota 2 League, Central European Time Saturday Division. My name is Jamsquare, and today I am bringing you a best of two between Team Random and Powerhouse, who aren't quite set up with their logo here, but this is Team Powerhouse. This division getting pretty thin as the weeks roll on. Last week we saw the rare double forfeit in this division between Lonely Laws and Shpura's team, as Team Random first ban out the Phoenix. And take a quick look at the standings here, as Disruptor is the first ban choice for Powerhouse, and we see Powerhouse sitting at a 5-3 record, third place in the division out of 8. And Team Random at 4 wins and 4 losses are in 5th place, so just in the bottom half of the division. So two sort of mid-pack teams according to the rankings, but as always, we'll head over to the match record and get a better idea of what the actual results were, since there are so many forfeits. So Team Random, let's see, week 1 split 1-1 with Lonely and Laws, and then had a forfeit win in week 2. Lost 2-0 to Team Steven in a series that I cast in week 3, and split 1-1 with Bone 7 face last week, so only one forfeit victory. So they're 3-3. Oh no, wait, sorry, that's not true at all. I can't math. They're 2-4, Team Random, in actual games of Dota, which is not a terrible record. And the final two bans of the first phase come out, with Mid Queen of Pain being banned out by Powerhouse and Nature's Prophet, the split pushing rat banned by Team Random, who will first pick Earthshaker. Good support pick here. Team Random, not their usual captain of the team, I believe is Warma, and today we have Killer Panda captaining, and many stand-ins across the board. I'm not sure how many of these players on the dire side have ever played for Team is Random before.
5 seconds remaining.
Prodigy has. See, I'm looking at Dota Buff here, and obviously Dota Buff is not incredibly reliable, but it looks like Prodigy is an actual player, not a stand-in. Silverstorm is definitely a stand-in, and I think Neshu and 4Q might be as well. Earth Spirit will be the first pick for the Radiant side. Meanwhile, Zap Zap is their real captain, and they're also playing with some stand-ins. Team Powerhouse, I was going to look at their record here and see what they've actually done. Oh, my favorite hero got picked, Darkseer, second picked by Powerhouse. Excellent. So in actual games of Dota, Powerhouse lost 2-0 to Tiny Tasty Taco week 1, split with Lonely and Laws in week 2, 1-2-0 against Bone 7 face week 3, and 1-2-0 against Tiny Tasty Taco in week 4. So avenging their loss, and they have played all of their matches. That's really impressive. Faceless Void, second picked by Team Random, and we're through the first round of picks and into the bans. More mid bans coming out from Powerhouse as Wind Ranger gets taken out of the pool. Now, if this Darkseer is matched up against the Void, that's a pretty good matchup for Darkseer. Better than, you know, the like anti-mage, definitely, but not fantastic. We'll see. Slark is banned out by Team Random. They're looking at safe lane for their bans. And Tinker. So more mid heroes. They're really worried about mid. And Random really worried about safe lane as Spectre is banned. This graph moving along nice and quickly. And we'll head into the second phase of picks. Yes, I should check that my stream is actually working. Looks like it is good.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Witch Doctor.
And Team Powerhouse pick up their second support with Witch Doctor, so saving their cores for last. Which, looking back on their past drafts, not too common. Elder Titan run in both of their games against Tiny Tasty Taco last week for a win. That's incredible.
10 seconds remaining.
I can't. That's amazing.
5 seconds remaining.
I'm gobsmacked. I'm just looking to try and get an idea also of what carries they might be picking late on here. And
Reserve time.
Gyrocopter, I think, would be a good option still for them. It's Team Random pick up their second support with the Lion. So it could be an offlane Faceless Void here. Might be the Team Random are going for more conservative draft and leaving their carries till last as well. They have run an offlane Void in a game against Forehead Squad, which I believe was in the preseason.
10 seconds remaining.
Yes. But not since then, at least not according to Dotabuff. A lot of puck mids I'm seeing in past games for Powerhouse. So that's something that's still in the pool they might think about picking here. And as far as safe lane carries, I mentioned the Gyrocopter. Phantom Lancer also still in the pool here that they've played. Slark and Spectre recent carries banned out, and it is the Gyrocopter pick for the safe lane. So pretty nice, say tri-lane if they do choose to go for it with the Earth Spirit and the Witch Doctor and the Gyrocopter. Can definitely have a chance to lock down a hero that gets out of position and rocket barrage them to little bits. Safe lane pick for Team Random will be Juggernaut, so will be this offlane Void, and Spin is okay against the Ion Shell creeps, but you know, you don't really have the mana to use it consistently, so a good Darkseer you should be able to get out ahead of the Juggernaut and do well, get your Soul Ring, but we'll see.
5 seconds remaining.
Shouldn't really necessarily take my tips on playing Darkseer because I'm not great,
Reserve
but I do love it. I have the final two bans here. Both teams will be looking to pick up their mid-hero with their last pick. And plenty of options still in the pool. Zeus and Puck. Two mid-heroes that Powerhouse ran last week, both still available. Team is random. Mid-choices. Looks like they ran a mid-Alchemist last week. That would be an interesting pick with this lineup, certainly. Dragon Knight also still an option. Shadow Fiend banned out by Powerhouse. And Invoker, which I forgot was still in the pool, but I don't think either of these teams has played Invoker yet in any matches that I can see, so not sure there was too much of a risk of that being picked, but you never know. Final pick for Team Random. Do have a minute and a half of reserve time, so they might choose to just wait it out since we have a lot of stand-ins playing, so there might be some more discussion of general tactics and how they want to play for the game.
Reserve time.
So Neshu has played 2 games, so I think Neshu has stood in for Powerhouse in the past and is now standing in for Team Random. Looking at team members on Dotabuff here. Try and get an idea. Doesn't look like Crank has played for them before. Any taste talking about our team is random will pick up the puck. So we mentioned that there'd been some puck in Powerhouse's history. Maybe this is a sort of a deny pick from Team Random, thinking, well, we can run a puck even though they haven't done so in the past, but they have a player that feels they can run the puck and they'll deny the puck to Powerhouse and force them now to pick something to lane against it. Zeus still in the pool. Not a great matchup against Puck. You'll get your last hits, but Puck is going to be able to avoid, if you know, a good Puck is going to be able to avoid pretty much 100% of the damage coming out of Zeus. Obviously a lot of that comes down to skill and mana management and all that sort of stuff, so it's not impossible for a Zeus to do good stuff against a Puck in lane and get a kill, but it shouldn't happen, I don't think. Some other options. There's a game where they maybe might have ran a mid Enchantress against Bone 7 face, which is kind of interesting. Could go for that mid Alchemist. Fair bit of Zeus and Puck, though, mid lane for Powerhouse, so maybe going a little outside of their comfort zone here, we'll see. They could move the Gyrocopter mid if they're really panicking and pick up a Phantom Lancer for the safe lane, something like that. I'm not sure that would be a particularly good option.
10 seconds remaining.
Razor.
And a Razor pick. Wow. Have not seen a lot of Razor played lately, but this team plays Elder Titan, so why not play Razor? Have a quick pause and an unpause, even though there's 2 players disconnected. Not sure what's going on there. I need to turn on push to watch it. Turn off push to watch it. Open mic, there we go. And now people can hear me in Dota TV. As we wait for 2 reconnects here. And I can't read what's being drawn on the map. GG. Okay, 1 reconnect. Just waiting on Thiz. Thighs. Thighs. Thiz? Tiz? Not sure on that one. We'll workshop it over the course of the game. And I think we should be ready to get going here. As memes are spammed in chat. Everyone loves new emoticons. I'm actually sad that I'm not allowed to post it all chat at the moment. And we're gonna get started. Good stuff. So, smoke purchased immediately by Killer Panda. That's interesting. Let's see a level 1 smoke play here. Quickly get through introductions on the Radiant side in that case. Zap Zap the captain will be playing the Razor. Mark will be playing the Gyrocopter. Thighs will be playing the Witch Doctor. Crank will be on the Earth Spirit. And heading for the offlane, Dangle will play the Darkseer. It's like teams random on the Dire side will be heading up towards this top rune area. 4Q will take the Juggernaut. Prodigy will be on the Puck. Killer Panda is playing the Earthshaker. Neshu will play the Demon Witch Lion. And Silverstorm will head to the offlane on the Faceless Void. There are 4 heroes bottom. Looking to make a nuisance of themselves at this bottom rune, but will be spotted by Silverstorm. Hasn't skilled anything yet. Has two wards, but I think it's just going to be scared off here. Not much point in going in there with a time walk or not. And similarly, Dangle not interested in contesting this top rune, so we'll just be an easy exchange of runes for the mid.
The battle begins.
And we'll get started with game 1 of this best of 2.
Is a great conductor.
Wards go down. Very, very similar wards from both sides. Looking for protection for their mid lane. Salve coming out here. And yeah. 2 smokes bought at the start of the game by Killer Panda, so is that a signal of intent? And Crank is hanging around mid here at the very beginning. Will be a tri-lane for the Dire in the top lane. And quickly onto Prodigy. Here comes the rolling boulder, but the jaunt away. Crank and Zap Zap scaring the Puck, but not going to be close to getting a kill, as Ward Wars will happen. Killer Panda will destroy the Dire Observer Ward. And no jungle blocks were got off here, so stacking will happen. We'll see if it's a greedy build from 4Q here, heading for that Battle Fury early on, or not. And we'll see how Jim Dangle does. Has bought the Soul Ring recipe, which is my preferred build as well. You are, you're pushing the lane out with your double iron shells the whole time, so you have easy access to the secret shop. You just have to watch out for supports coming in from the side. But you can see Juggernaut, when there's 2 iron shell creeps, really doesn't want to go in and mess with the creep wave too much. And that'll be a nice flow of money for the Darkseer up to 4 last hits. Crank has come down to this bottom lane, so it will be tri-lanes for both sides. Although we do see smoke from Killer Panda and has come mid, so these two smokes are going to be used early. And Zap Zap is way on the other side of the river, so if there was ever a time for gank, now is it. Still pretty tanky early on, and I don't know that this will be the kill. Orb comes through, but Zap Zap can just run down the river, but there are boots on Killer Panda. Zap Zap meanwhile turns around, eats the fairy fire, and goes back onto Killer Panda after the roll through by Crank. The courier's coming up here, and so's the Darkseer. Prodigy getting very low, but does manage to get the blink silence and kill Razor for the first blood. Fissure from Killer Panda saves the Puck's life. And Team Random take first blood in the mid lane, killing off that Razor. So rotation with the smokes from Killer Panda worked out. And the counter rotation from the Earth Spirit and the Darkseer not able to save the Razor or get a return kill. So well played by Team Random there. Very nice exchange. Pretty even on the farm stakes so far, apart from that kill. And Darkseer is going to be jungling up this side camp to get towards that soul ring. As we see a lot of side pulls going on. And good work from Neshu here, using the stacks. Already has a triple stack at this hard camp. And a double stack at the safe lane, so doing a lot of pulling. Trying to keep this Darkseer down. Stop any sort of quick mech from happening. And this off lane Faceless Void has 2 last hits, so this is where the difference is so far. Mid laners both free farming pretty much. Sorry, safe laners both free farming. There will be a roll from Crank onto Silverstorm, but has a time walk, so not too worried about that. So yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, both safe laners free farming, both mid laners pretty even here, 14-13. It's the off lane is the small difference so far with this. Darkseer, as you would expect, able to get a lot more going on in this Void. And they have a decent lineup to combo with this Chronosphere. Some long range spells from Lion and Earthshaker and Puck can throw damage into the Chronosphere, and obviously you can get the Juggernaut to go bouncy, which is pretty good fun. Killer Panda hasn't used the second smoke yet, but has just come up for another go on Zap Zap anyway. Not quite as far forward this time, and the creep wave will be pushing back, and Crank has arrived as well, so no real chance of a gank, and Earthshaker will head back to top lane. Gyrocopter has completed his phase boots. Heading towards finishing the Ring of Aquila. And gets a nice rocket barrage off onto Silverstorm. Roll not quite on target after the time walk away, so no kill there, but have a nice creep wave here with the catapult to push up onto this tower. And might even dive past it. Silverstorm needs to be careful. We'll get a bit of damage onto this offlane tower. Darkseer close to that soul ring. In fact, I believe it's flying out now. Yes, it is, as well as boots. Although, this might be someone else's boots. Yes, that's Razor's boots. So, unlimited ion shells. Does get stunned by it and sucked by Neshu, but won't care about that. And in fact, it's just going to go straight in. Says, I don't care. Here comes 4Q, though. And a disconnect and a pause. As Witch Doctor has dropped out of the game. Look at the early graphs. Don't mean much 5 minutes in, these graphs, but tiny XP advantage for Team Random. And a small gold advantage too. So that kill, really the difference so far in the game. The first blood. And not much to talk about as far as items either. Still very early on in the game. Base boots also complete over on 4Q on the Juggernaut. I would expect to see a Ring of Aquila next. Just a good item, but it's not impossible the 4Q might decide, okay, well, getting free farm here. Might as well head for Battle Fury early. and try and make use of some of these jungle camps that have been stacked up and really try and get an advantage over the gyrocopter, who has a fast farming hero. Don't see any ancient stacks yet, but early days. In fact, not as much in the way of jungle camp stacking for the Radiant side as the Dire are managing. But we'll see. We might see a Helm of the Dominator come out after the Aquila for Mark, and at that point you'd expect to see jungle camps get stacked up as Thighs comes back into the game, and we will resume. Hopefully. So, Razor has boots, and Crank is hanging around mid here. Level 3 on the Earthshaker. And I can never find hero level 101. And yeah, hero level's pretty even. Darkseer still only level 3, so that Void having a bit of a level advantage. Looks like they were hoping for a fight top rune, but Puck got there too fast. And Puck now getting a bit of an advantage mid lane here over the Razor. Although still pretty even in last hits, but that kill obviously making the difference there. Look at this huge jungle camp. Oh my god, we're just gonna eat that creep wave. And Omni Slash went through there onto Crank just as it became available pretty much, but not able to get the kill, so gank dodged by the offlane. I think there was actually, an attempted gank probably from Crank coming in with the Darkseer trying to get something going on, but not able to disrupt this safe lane very much. And Darkseer not really having the greatest Darkseer start. 7 minutes in, only just getting boots after the Soul Ring. It's not going to be the 12-minute mech that you can see when Darkseer really gets out of hand.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Might see it go mid here. Killer Panda's here as well as Crank. So support rotations. Orb onto Zap Zap and the Fissure as well. Dream Coil used by Prodigy, and that should be a dead Razor. No, silenced. Won't go in any further. Here comes the Orb. Zap Zap needs to dodge this. Does. Jaunt forward. Silence from Prodigy. Gets the kill. Dangle has arrived but too late. And can Puck escape? As Tread's complete. 500 gold towards Blink Dagger, and with the help of Killer Panda, Prodigy will be able to TP away. And this Earthshaker has just been wandering around the whole time and hasn't been spotted. Dangle will now find Killer Panda, but doesn't want to fight. Might also see first item Blink. Oh no, there'll be mana boots for Killer Panda for Blink Dagger, surely. But another nice exchange mid. And a second kill onto the Razor. Second kill for the Puck. Second assist for the Earthshaker. And now Earthshaker once more has smoked up. There's a ping there. Thighs might know what's going on, or at least suspect. Not a smoke, Invis rune, sorry. And Gyrocopter pretty far up here. No Chronosphere just yet. So this would be a pretty tough kill. Gyrocopter has the Aquila, so a little bit tanky, but perhaps not tanky enough. Goes for the Rocket Barrage onto Silverstorm. Time Walk will get rid of all that damage. Now Mark is in trouble. Drops the call down, and that's going to do a ton of damage, but not quite enough. Coconut will come out, get the kill, and will there be bounces? No, not the bounces that were needed. And Prodigy came in, which I didn't spot, to get a second kill onto the Witch Doctor. So a 2-for-1 exchange bottom lane. Losing the Faceless Void won't matter too much, as the kill was got on the Gyrocopter before that. So Team Random, as we head towards the 10-minute mark. Feeling pretty good in this game. Ahead 4-1 in kills. Leading on net worth. And Prodigy drops the Dream Coil. Stun from Neshu. Orb will get the kill. Mark is here. Throws out the Rocket Barrage onto the Puck, but it won't be enough to get the kill. Chases onto Neshu, but gets hexed up. So not the greatest TP rotation. Rocket Barrage onto Prodigy, though. Orbs, jaunts, blinks. Phase shifts and jaunts, and is able to escape. Got pretty low there though. Little scary moment. He's gone for the double Null Talisman here, but will be Blink Dagger next, up to 1,000 gold. Witch Doctor's mid, but this Razor really starting to struggle now. Has Boots and Aquila, but pretty far behind. So double Aquila on the side of Powerhouse. It's a good item. Why not? And 1,000 gold after Aquila for the Juggernaut, who's been farming this entire time while his team's been going around killing the enemy carries. So feeling pretty happy. Probably heading for that Battle Fury. Crank is up here in the off lane now, trying to get some experience as the Darkseer has moved into the jungle, using his illusions here for some farm. Pretty nice. Killer Panda and Silverstorm are here, and Chronosphere is available now, so we might see another go on this bottom lane, and it's going to be the Darkseer that's the target. Killer Panda walks in, doesn't get the stun from Enchant Totem out though, and now Mark is going to throw out some Rocket Barrage damage onto Silverstorm. Has that level 4 Rocket Barrage, so plenty of damage there. There are 3 heroes mid lane. They'd really love to kill this Puck before the blink comes up, but it's going to be so hard to do. Crank and Thighs hanging around, and Killer Panda wants to go onto the Gyrocopter, I think. Puck heads bottom, but not able to get a rune. And Killer Panda is going to rotate mid. As we see all of Powerhouse grouped up in their jungle at the moment, so not making the most of the map. The Silverstorm starting to get a bit of farm here on the off lane. And 4Q picking up that Claymore. Going to be a nice quick Battle Fury with no Jim Dangle here on the Darkseer to disrupt the farm. It's going to be a very rich Juggernaut very quickly, and Team Random looking pretty good at this stage of the game. 2 heroes bottom, Hex out onto the Gyrocopter. Double stuns here, a little bit layered, not necessarily perfect. Killer Panda gets the Enchant Totem off. There's the call down, lots of damage rolled through from Crank. Silverstorm shows up at the last minute though with the Chronosphere. Do they have the damage to kill Mark? Yes, they will get the kill, but Razor will come in, clean up the line. Killer Panda still alive, going to get denied by Roche. No, TP's out, killed by the Rock Kick. Now the Puck is here, Dream Coil onto the Witch Doctor. Prodigy on a mega kill streak. Darkseer and Gyrocopter go down. Lion and Earthshaker go down. This fight is not over. Omnislash cleans up the Earth Spirit. TP out, but Thighs won't get out in time, and only the Razor will survive. A 4-for-2 exchange over this bottom rune at the 12-minute mark. And Team Random take a 9-3 lead, and may try and push down the safe lane tower off the back of this. All of the heroes showed up for that fight. And it was not a well-organized one for Team Powerhouse. And they're going to start feeling a little worried here. Now have multiple deaths on their core heroes, struggling for farm at the moment. Drums are picked up by Gyrocopter, so Gyro's not doing bad, but falling behind here. 500 gold behind the Juggernaut. And 4Q just stealing the enemy's jungle camps now. And this Puck play from Prodigy has been really good. Picked up the Veil first, interestingly, so going for more damage-focused build. Clearing up these jungle camps says, no, I don't care about Battle Fury on our Juggernaut. These stacks are for me. But very close to that blink as well, so this Puck, serious problems. And Mark is going to need to get a BKB sooner rather than later. Really would like to get that Helmet Dominator first, I think. As Void denies the first tower, and that's the first tower that's going to go down in this game. Yeah, I think Mark would like to get the Helm of the Dominator, but then we'll really need the BKB after that, because all the control from this Puck is just going to be way, and magic damage is going to be way too much to take. You see a fight mid lane here. Dream Coil is out onto Crank and roll through to throw out some damage. Silverstorm wants the Chronosphere, getting very aggressive here. Fisher will catch Crank. That will be a dead Earth Spirit, but there's a missile following Silverstorm, and Mark wants to get this kill really badly. No kills yet on this Gyrocopter. There's the Rocket Barrage, but Time Walk away up onto the cliff, and Silverstorm will be safe despite the stun. Neshu's coming down here, as is Juggernaut, so I'm not sure Radiant want to stick around here, but they want to kill this Puck so bad. Level 7, but no wall on Jim Dangle. Throws out the vacuum, but that doesn't really do much. And there's now the full team from Random here. They get the stun onto Zap Zap, and the Veil followed by the Finger of Death. Huge damage. Call down is launched, and it will hit on all 5 heroes by Mark, but is there the follow-up damage? Silverstorm getting low. This rocket will stun him but not get the kill. Earth Spirit's back. Mark gets the kill finally onto the Faceless Void, and Teams Random will try and retreat, but turnaround with the Echo Slam. Wall is skilled and will end this fight. So a 1-for-1 exchange. Razor goes down again, but at least there's a return kill to be had, and it does go to the Witch Doctor, so not great, but good injection of experience for Powerhouse at least. Still, Team Random continuing to seem to have the upper hand in these engagements. Couldn't quite make that one work in their favor, but you saw the Veil Finger combo there, how much damage that's able to output, and Blink is complete on Prodigy. See the 2 swords finished on the Juggernaut, so only, wow, only about a minute or 2, minute and a half away from having that Battle Fury completed now. Really good stuff. Zap on this Razor, desperately trying to get towards the Sanjin Yasha. Is a bit tanky here, 1100 gold, but not going for that mech first. Gyrocopter is going for the BKB straight away, so needs the safety of the defensive item. Can't afford to go for the farming item, and is in a lot of trouble here. Neshu rotates through as well, and oh, Crank at the last minute gets the save, magnetizes out, and that's going to do a lot of damage. Great save from the Earth Spirit there, gets the kill onto the Lion. Puck will be able to escape, but the magnetized damage will be enough to kill Faceless Void, and I thought that Gyrocopter was dead for sure there. Great play from Crank, saving the carry, but Puck comes back in now. Lots of damage from that Waning Rift. Veil combo. Oh, and Prodigy's Killer Panda's here as well. Even Crank just able to roll away in time. Great play here, going back and forth between these two teams. There's double damage on this Earthshaker, and Killer Panda wants blood. Meanwhile, 4Q pushing this off lane and about to pick up that Battle Fury 17 minutes into the game. Zap Zap TPs through to defend. And no sign of a mech for either side at the moment, interestingly enough. Halfway towards Blink on the Earthshaker. We'll see if Lion goes for one as well. Oh, sorry, of course, mech is coming on the Darkseer. But really, this is a slow mech for Darkseer. 17 minutes. Will be 18 or 19 before it's actually purchased, and that's not ideal. You can be finishing Guardian Greaves by this time if you have a good game on Darkseer. So 4Q is gonna continue to farm very happily now. Puck leads the net worth, but Juggernaut very close behind, and then a 2,000 gold gap before you get to the Gyrocopter and the Razor. Razor almost has that Yasha now, so will at least be running a little bit faster, and has a decent health pool, but again, there's just so much magic damage coming out from Team Random that until BKBs are available, it's going to be really hard for Powerhouse to take team fights, although we've seen some great play from the Earth Spirit is getting them some kills, so it's not impossible. 4 heroes will push mid lane. It's maybe the order that I was going to say maybe Juggernaut will be farming while the other 4 push, but Juggernaut TP's into mid, so they want to fight. 4 are here with the Gyrocopter pushing top for Powerhouse. Lion up on the high ground, but Juggernaut retreats back to the jungle. It may just be a bit of a standoff here. As it does seem like Powerhouse really want to defend this tower, but aren't willing to go aggressively. Killer Panda will TP to defend top lane, and 4Q will rotate away to defend the safe lane, so mid push not going to happen just yet, and Darkseer is going to Ion Shell this creep wave, get it going the other way. Wards being fought over around this top rune, and Gyrocopter coming through now, so I might be thinking about an aggressive move here onto this mid tower, but with Prodigy here and with Chronosphere and Mask of Madness first on Silverstorm. Wow, Not a build I'm used to seeing much anymore. There's the mech finished, and now 5 men in the mid lane at the 20-minute mark for Powerhouse. They have this mech. It's not quite as early as they'd like, but they want to use it. They want a 5-man. Juggernaut's going to push this offlane super fast, though.
Radiant's top tower is under
So
attack.
I don't know that this is necessarily going to be the greatest. And now they're backing off a bit. Zap Zap slightly isolated here. Neshu on the sidelines. Silver Storm as well. Prodigy too, waiting for the chance to go in. There's the blink on the Earthshaker. Maybe that's the signal to go here. This tower is going to be deny attempted. Razor does get the kill. And now I think Powerhouse need to back out quickly. Try and defend their top lane. But 4Q has it down very low already. Is going to back off though and safe escape. Spin TP. So good little sequence there from Powerhouse. Able to take a mid tower. And hopefully we'll be able to not lose theirs. And are able to preserve their offlane tower as well. So little victories, but no fights. And wow, both teams really, really want mid to be the focus. Thighs has headed bottom now, desperately trying to get up some levels and some farm on this Witch Doctor. Just way down at
Radiant's middle tower
level 8 still. Mid tower falls, and now Sims in very isolated. Good wall there though. Chronosphere comes out. What's that name of that thing? Eye of the Storm already going. Call down comes through. Faceless Void goes down. Stayed next to that Eye of the Storm way too long, really. And Mark able to clean up at the end there. Razor got the kill. Coconut bounces forward onto Killer Panda. And Prodigy's in the area as well. But I don't think it would be wise to pursue this uphill. Still though, good fight. Oh, 4Q caught out in the mid lane. Wow, didn't see what happened there. Darkseer credited with the kill, and that's a big kill. Getting that Juggernaut down. 700 gold. Most of it going to that Darkseer. And a bit of a sloppy fight there from Team Random. They, seem to be very well placed in this game. As Puck picks up a Dagon. More damage now. Killer Panda is hiding here. Has this Blink Dagger, maybe looking for the Blink Echo. Prodigy's in the area as well. If you could get the Veil into Echo, that would be fantastic. Creeps take the top tower. Powerhouse pretty spread out though. It would be hard to get the Echo Slam on 1-3 heroes. There's the Veil, but no Blink Echo Slam. And it looks like Powerhouse will back out here. As Blink onto the Earth Spirit. It's been good Earth Spirit play from Crank in this game. Pretty impressive stuff. And Razor picked up that Dragonlance, so wasn't going for the Sentry Ash. I always forget Dragonlance exists. And will now head for that BKB as well. And BKB almost finished on Mark, so now things are going to get a lot more comfortable for Powerhouse, I think. In these team fights, they'll be able to, hopefully avoid some of this ridiculous damage that comes out. Although Chronosphere still an option if they can get the initiation lockdown heroes in the Chrono before they can get BKBs off. Team Random can definitely still win this team fight. Looks like there's a go top here onto 4Q. Has the Yasha up after that recent death. But there's backup from Prodigy. Really? 5-man Dota from Powerhouse, though. Once this mech got picked up, they were just like, right, let's go. Let's fight, fight, fight. And all 10 heroes in this top little corner of the map at the moment. Almost certain to see an engagement pretty soon. Razor is going to walk straight into Jug, who spins straight away, but Static Link continues. Silverstorm comes in, gets silenced before Chrono's off and killed. That's a great start to this fight. 4Q now caught out. Uses the Omni Slash onto Mark, who gets off the call down, but is very low. Wall goes down, as does the Dream Coil. That's the word I was looking for. As Prodigy came around the back, but got silenced up. Is going to try and escape now. I heard the Dagon go off. Couldn't get a kill, though. Is magnetized, but should be able to escape. Echo Slam goes off in the river. Great one onto 3 by Killer Panda. Kills the Gyrocopter. Prodigy comes through, cleans up the Witch Doctor, but Killer Panda will go down to the Darkseer. As it's a 3 for 2 so far. Prodigy retreats back up to the top lane. These fights are so dynamic. They're moving everywhere. I'm having a hard time keeping up with them. So this looked like it was going to be a great fight for Team Powerhouse. They killed the Faceless Void before Chronosphere was off. Then they killed the Juggernaut. But Gyrocopter not able to stay alive after that. To the combined damage coming out from the Puck. And the Earth Spirit and the Lion. So, ended up being a much more even fight. Take a look at the graphs here. And Team Random have a small advantage, but it is being eaten away at. Just a 2,000 experience, and for the first time since the very first few seconds of the game, Powerhouse actually have a small gold lead now. Bottom lane, Silverstorm will pick up this offlane tower. It's like it'll probably be a Maelstrom next. That would be my guess. Mjolnir into Maelstrom. But 4 heroes bottom will be spotted by this Lion illusion. And Gyrocopter farming these Ancients now. Has the BKB complete. And Razor pretty close to BKB as well. So a good time to fight now. Don't think the BKB was used in that last fight. No, it was not. Maybe should have waited actually before making that top push. And fight until the BKB was up. Might have avoided dying. And Team Random still have the top 2 heroes on net worth. But these last few fights haven't gone their way. Despite all the control... all the agility, in terms of agility, I mean in terms of, you know, movement, not agility, the stat, have been causing a lot of problems for Powerhouse. So still could go either way, still pretty close game, 11-3, 26 minutes in. Smoke is purchased on the Dire side. See if they go for an aggressive movement based on this. Prodigy pushing down this off lane. It's pinged out, but not much that can be done. TP in from Thighs to defend this push. And Scan goes out from the Radiant. Trying to see what's going on over at this bottom rune area. 4Q wanting to make sure he's safe. Picks up the ultimate orb, so gonna have that Manta style pretty soon. Defensive item. Not a ton of control coming out of Powerhouse. But I think you can get rid of Static Link with Manta. I'm assuming so, right? That makes sense. I suppose we'll find out. I'm pretty sure you break it with Manta, though. And Silverstorm doing pretty well on this this Faceless Void. Started in the off lane and didn't get very much out of it, but coming into their own now. And has been pretty effective with some of these Chronospheres. The Greaves are completed on docks here, and soon to have that Blink, so Blinks ahoy on all sides of the game will make this game even harder for me to follow with my shoddy camera work. And it looks like the Witch Doctor might start building Ags components pretty soon, so that'll be nice. Get some more late game damage. Will be pretty hard to get a full duration Chronosphere off with the hero composition on Team Random, but will definitely deal a lot of damage if it does happen. Manta style is finished for Juggernaut, and Blink is picked up on the Jox here, and here comes more 5-man Dota pushing the bottom lane. Smoke and wrap around from Team is Random. They're going to see Crank first, pops down a ward, breaks the smoke, immediately gets the kickoff, and blinks away. There's a Chronosphere onto 2. Zap and Crank caught out, but the great call down from Mark here comes in, turns the BKB, turns on the damage. Killer Panda goes down. Faceless Void is already dead. 4Q is spinning here. They're getting punched repeatedly, and suddenly 4 are dead. And a very good fight from Powerhouse. Those BKBs worth their weight in gold. Razor and Gyrocopter not afraid of any of this magic damage and able to do a ton. Death Ward was used there. And a nice Vac Wall combo too, and a huge gold EXP swing. Puck will do Fairy Dragon things to try and slow this push down. But it's going to be pretty tough. This Catapult here is keeping the backdoor regen from happening. So as long as they keep tanking the tower, they can stay here and keep doing this. And the tower does go down. And we'll see if Powerhouse back out after that as the heroes from Team Random start to come back up, and they will. So a good fight and a good push, and at 30 minutes in, it's 15-13, and Powerhouse starting to grab a hold of this game. Experience is back to even. Gold went back in the favor of Team Random for a bit there, but now 1,000 gold lead for the Radiant side as they head back to farming. It's going to be an MKB for the Gyrocopter next with some of this fight money. Not sure what Razor's going to go for us. 2,600 gold. A lot of options there. Will be the Aghanim Scepter for these. Lots of money on this Darkseer. 1,500 gold after the blink. Good to see Shiva's Guard. Something like that next. Could also just go for a straight pipe after Greaves. Doesn't hurt. And a Helm of Iron Will on the Earth Spirit. Not quite sure what that's going to turn into. Juggernaut did die in that fight, but has 1,000 gold. Still farming quickly. Still up there on net worth with the Puck. Might head into Butterfly next, or it could just be the Basher. As Puck is going to be gone on, silenced and kicked and missiled. Is there enough damage? Magnetizes out. Good Omni Slash will get marked very low, and that's a dead Gyrocopter and a dead Earth Spirit. Thighs gets the Coconut Bounces and the Death Ward off, but it's not enough to get the kill. It's a 2-for-1. Puck did go down to that magnetized damage eventually, and it's the Veil for Earth Spirit was the choice. Jim Dangle gets a Vac Wall, but 4 staff away from Killer Panda. It's a 2-for-2 all told, slightly favoring, well, pretty even actually. That Gyrocopter death is the big one though. Keep that Gyrocopter off the field for as long as you can, and Juggernaut surviving is important too. So I think that slightly favors Team Random, but at the same time, Razor doesn't feel too scared about pushing here. Has the BKB up, and looks like Razor might be heading for Shiva's Guard, although it could be a Assault Cuirass certainly. And this mid tower getting very low here. 4Q will come in, start punching the Razor, gets fingered, and Jim Dango comes forward with the vacuum. And 4Q wants to get more punches off. Here's the Echo Slam from Killer Panda, and Zap Zap is going to go down. Oh no, just able to get away so fast. This Razor 4-staff from Killer Panda is not enough. Uses the BKB and will TP out. Earth Spirits here as well. Jim Dangle gets the kill onto the Lion meanwhile. 4Q will turn onto the Darkseer, but not going to be enough. Here's the Healing Ward. Could have used that a bit earlier. And Mark is back. Has Call Down. A little wary of using it. Will head for this Ace Rune instead and run away from the Puck. A lot of action in this game. Back and forth. Lots of fights. Still close. 32 minutes in. 18-15 kill score. Still anyone's game, definitely. We've seen team fights go in both directions, so I'm definitely not willing to call this one yet. And Prodigy gets silenced here and magnetized again. There's the Veil, so even more damage, but I think this time it won't be enough. No, Puck is going to be able to escape that one. Nice fissure from Earthshaker. And Puck completed that Aghanim Scepter at some point while I wasn't paying attention. Pretty close to that Maelstrom is the Faceless Void. 4Q has a lot of money. Hasn't bought anything yet. And no items at all on the Lion, playing a sacrificial role 5 position. Picked up a casual cloak. Deal with some of this magnetized damage, but that's it. As Crank throws kicks around. Might be the Aether Lens next for Crank, perhaps. Boost that magic damage even more. We will see. And getting close to that Aghanim Scepter is Thighs. Has 2 components. Prodigy playing around very close to the side of Powerhouse once again.
Invisibility.
Is it going to be a straight refresher on Jim Dangle? That would be surprising. I'm surprised to see this Perseverance pick up. Shiva's Guard is complete on the Razor. So Razor's starting to get tanky now. Has 30 armor.
I'll take that.
Pings out onto 4Q top lane. And going to be an MKB for the safe lane carries on both teams pretty soon. Gyrocopter will have theirs in the next few minutes. Faceless Void has completed. The Maelstrom. I always get Maelstrom Mjolnir mixed up. And a bit of a lull here. Seen a lot of action, a lot of team fights. Both teams just farming for now, looking for the pick-off, looking for the initiation that they want. And at the moment, it's Team Random that are more spread out, trying to get more farm, while 4 heroes are smoked from Powerhouse, looking for something in the dire jungle. They might find 4Q on the Juggernaut. Smoke will break. Zap Zap gets off the link, and there's the control from the Earth Spirit. Shiva's Guard slow. And it turns out that Manta Style does not purge off the link. Roll forward from Crank, gets the last hit, and that's a 70 seconds. No Juggernaut and no buyback. That could be towers. Neshu is going to be targeted. This call down will miss, but Neshu's going to go down to that rocket if it goes through. Double BKB popped, but the Dream Call catches them anyway. And here's the Chronosphere from Silverstorm. Caught right on the edge of this are Mark and Zap Zap, and the damage comes out. And they do kill the Gyrocopter. Here's the Death Ward from Witch Doctor. Gets the puck very, very low. Meanwhile, on the back of this fight, there were more deaths. Despite that Chronosphere and the good damage from the Dire side, it's still a 4-for-1 exchange. And Team Random just struggling despite all this teamfight control to get done what they need to get done. Lots of damage coming out from the vac wall there on the Darkseer. Gyrocopter does die though, so not really going to be able to push high ground off this. And this game is staying close. Powerhouse winning these team fights, and the Darkseer up there in net worth sort of keeping them looking a little better than they really are, I think, in the gold stats. At the moment it's about 2500 XP and 5000 gold lead, but at 36 minutes in, that's not a huge amount of gold, especially since, as I said, most of it's on the Darkseer. That's not a good Omni Slash from 4Q though. In fact, that's a pretty horrendous move, and will 4Q be able to escape? Spins is ticking down to the Maledict, but should survive. No, Crank comes forward, gets a kick, gets the Magnetize, but it's not onto 4Q. There's the kill though, and Lion goes down as well. Unstoppable streak. Oh, and it was the Lotus Orb on the Darkseer. That's the thing that builds out of Perseverance that I always forget about. And that was just a poor move. I'm not sure what 4Q was thinking going in that deep with the Omni Slash. Maybe thought there weren't as many heroes. Maybe thought that Powerhouse had backed out more than they actually have. But 2 quick deaths in succession by the Juggernaut without really achieving much. And that's really going to set Team Random... put Team Random in a difficult place now, as Juggernaut is behind for the first time in the game, really behind the Gyrocopter and the Razor in terms of net worth. Gyrocopter is pushing out this bottom lane, finished that MKB, has 2000 gold on top of it, so despite dying, feeling pretty rich. Lots of gold on this Razor as well, and the Aether Lens has been completed by Crank, so even more control coming out of this Earth Spirit, who has been playing very well. And it looks like Roshan is going to be the call for the side of Powerhouse as they'll head into the pit. But Team Random might know about this. They do have a ward. Oh, sorry, they do have a ward over here even. And they've got Chronosphere. No Omni Slash, but have Dream Coil, Finger, Echo Slam. Could try and make a play here. Throw the orb out. See Roshan still about 3/4 health. Jim Dangle hanging back, looking for the counter initiation vac wall here. There's the blink in from Puck. Gets a lot of damage onto Crank, and they'll kill the Earth Spirit up on the rune spot there. Omni Slash onto Mark, and the bounces work for 4Q. That's 2 dead at the start of the fight. Great start. Echo, Dream Coil comes out as well, but the Death Ward pummeling into 4Q. They'll kill the Darkseer. Zap Zap in the middle now, gets the Eye of the Storm off, but Chronosphere will come through. Silverstorm still taking a lot of damage from this Eye of the Storm, needs to get out of there. Puck reawakens from the Chronosphere, and it's going to be a team wipe for Team Random, just when things were starting to look bad for them, and they were struggling defending their high ground. 4Q was getting killed unnecessarily. They get a team wipe around the Roche pit. Silverstorm getting very low to that Roche clap. And a huge gold swing. Wow, 6,000 gold swing, 7,000 XP swing. Kill score now 24-21, and at the 40-minute mark, Team Random will take the Aegis of the Immortal. They have no outer towers left. They've lost one tier 4 tower, tier 3 tower, but they have an Aegis of the Immortal, and they've taken a huge chunk out of the lead. I'm not sure that graph is even fully updated with how big of an equalizing move that was. Juggernaut and Puck are back to top of the net worth. This Earth Spirit, pretty rich, heading for a BKB. And we'll see what Silverstorm is building. Ring of Basilius and Chainmail so far. And we talked about the Ag Scepter maybe being coming soon for Thighs, but not any closer to it at the moment. This Juggernaut has the Aegis and has completed the MKB now, so recovered from those earlier deaths a little bit. Puck still only on Dagon 1, but has Boots of Travel and Yule Scepter now, so this Puck is just going to continue to be a nuisance and is now going to be split pushing as well. Mark has got a Ghost Scepter, interesting, on the Gyrocopter, so really feeling like this Omni Slash is the only thing that's causing problems. It can be used aggressively as well with the Call Down Rocket Barrage and the BKB in combination, so interesting to see. You know, it's a good... E-Blade is a good agility item, that's what I'm trying to say, so... Not something you see super commonly on Gyrocopter, but makes sense, and I think the protection against the Omni Slash is really what Mark is thinking about with that pick, because that's was what caused the death in the last fight. 4Q able to get the bounces and get most of them onto the Gyrocopter and does enough damage in that to get the kill. Both teams playing pretty grouped up, with the exception of this Puck, who has no start to upgrade the Dagon. And we'll take a look. Yeah, now we have the full update from that last exchange, with the Roshan and Team Random have about 4,000 XP advantage. Still a small net worth advantage for the Radiant, but not worth much, as Thighs is going to get gone on. BKB popped by Killer Panda. That will be a dead Witch Doctor. Call Down was used to not great effect. And a good pick there from Team Random. Let's see if they transition into a push. There's a huge creep wave pushing towards their exposed barracks here, so I think they need to go deal with that. And Puck is being chased, has been silenced, is vacked up, and will go down here. So the split pushing Puck that we talked about being so agile, not able to escape, will be dead for 80 seconds. And the Earth Spirit getting that kill. Is Earth Spirit starting to get nice and farmed here, as 2,300 gold. Might go for the Aghanim Scepter next. Not sure what the build of choice will be for Crank. Pretty rich Doxier too, 1,700 after picking up this Lotus Orb. And Zap Zap, 4,000 gold. Needs to buy an item on the Razor. Roll forward, just misses on Silent Storm. Mark has picked up Boots of Travel. Killer Panda will get Veiled, but Blink 4 staff away. Not too worried, and it looks like the push is going to come mid from Powerhouse. Heading ahead here onto Silverstorm, but Time Walk will see the Faceless Void escape. Neshu sucking off Mark from the high ground, but now the push comes mid. And with no tower bottom lane, this could easily be 2 lanes of Rax if they're able to win a fight around this tower. Chronosphere is available, no Finger of Death, but Chronosphere and Omni Slash both up. Manta Illusions will come out, and that will be enough to make Powerhouse back away. Got a good amount of damage onto this tower, didn't risk anything. Puck's coming back up, and they're going to steal this Ancient stack. But Random know about this, and they're chasing down here. And a hasty retreat will be beat. Oh, whiffed Dream Coil by Prodigy, trying to catch Mark, but that's a better Fissure. Pops the BKB and the Call Down. And we'll try and get away, but there's the Omni Slash just onto Mark. That's exactly what 4Q wanted. Mistimed the use of the Ghost Scepter. Chronosphere onto Zap, but has the Eye of the Storm going already. Hasn't used the BKB yet. Oh no, BKB's on cooldown, excuse me. Great stun. Faceless Void has gone down here, and Zap Zap's just so tanky. I hear Death Ward going off, but I don't think it's hitting anyone, as this Razor just won't die. Way too tanky. 4Q now in big trouble, surrounded by 3 heroes, punching the Darkseer, but now will be silenced, vacked up, and killed. Big Echo Slam from Killer Panda gets the kill onto the Razor at long last. And meanwhile, Puck is killing the Witch Doctor in a different fight. Killer Panda gets kicked. Neshu's nearby though, and this fight just running round and round in circles. Prodigy's arrived. It's a 3 for 2 so far. Will there be any more chasing? Puck is chasing Crank, but I don't think either hero can really catch the other in that circumstance. Take a look at the recap, and it slightly favors Team Random. They did lose their Juggernaut in the end, but getting the kill onto that Gyrocopter is pretty worthwhile, and the Razor as well. And this game stays close, 27 to 25, 45 minutes in. Roshan not up for a little while yet. I guess Aegis must have expired in that fight. I didn't see it pop. And as we head into the sort of late game territory, I didn't think we would get this deep into the late game. And I feel like it's going to favor the Radiant side as we get up to 6 slotted heroes. Could be wrong. Finally are going to see lifesteal onto Mark and some tankiness. Maybe, you know, a Satanic would be nice. Get this sort of HP pool to try and survive through the Omni Slash maybe, which has been a problem so far. 3,700 gold on this Juggernaut. May go for the Ags next, given how effective this Omni Slash has been. Hasn't really been that effective standing and right clicking, but Omni Slash has been causing murder. We're going to see a smoke right under the ward here. No, it's a D ward. And Razor has picked up an Eagle Song, so presumably we'll head towards a Butterfly as... Oh, nice use of the Lotus Orb. Not so great use of the wall, as Lion will come in and secure Puck's escape, but we might still see a fight top lane. Mark is moving forward very aggressively. Neshu slowly running away, has the Glimmer Cape. Killer Panda spotted as well, running up from the river by Thais. Roll will come forward from Crank. Veil just doesn't quite catch Killer Panda, who has double damage up, but still chasing, still chasing. There's the roll and the kick. Killer Panda in trouble, pops the BKB and will make an escape. Silverstorm time walking brings up the rear, so no deaths, but definitely Team Random running scared in that engagement. Puck is mid here, trying to be crafty, trying to split push, as was 4Q on this bottom lane. Might be the Eye of Scotty next. As Prodigy goes in onto Jim Dangle, gets the silence, but that Lotus Orb really effective as a defensive item here. I like the pickup from Jim Dangle. This Puck is pretty much slotted, by the way. Could maybe sell the Yules in exchange for something a little more late game, but probably wants to keep it. And 4Q gets silenced and just not tanky enough. Great Echo Slam, but it won't be enough. Chronosphere comes through too late to save the Faceless Void. And the Death Ward will go as well, and this is going to be a bad fight. Buyback, though, from Juggernaut. Killer Panda gets killed, but here's the Omni Slash onto 3. Huge damage. 3 are dead so far. Jim Dangle about to go down. Zap Zap, the only one left, kills Silverstorm, but now Prodigy and 4Q with the punches onto Zap Zap, able to kill the Lion through this tankiness, and it's a 4 for 3 so far, but I think it will end up being a team wipe. Juggernaut and Puck survive for Team Random. There was a buyback used on the Juggernaut, but the fight goes in their favor. Puck, the big winner there, gets the Dagon 5, and now really starting to run out of things to do with the money. I guess you can buy Moonshard and bots too. But the push through will come mid. 60 seconds with no Razor. Gyrocopter does have buyback.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And Witch Doctor will be back up in 15 seconds. But I think this will be... Oh, that's a bad glyph. Never glyph for this tower in this situation. But I think this will be at least the mid tower here.
Radiant's middle tower
Maybe one of the barracks. See, this Manta damage will chop through. But once Earth Spirit's back up, I think Prodigy and 4Q will want to get out of here. They're going to go for both barracks, and I think they will get them. Ranged goes down. Melee goes down. Here comes the Earth Spirit, but it's too late. And the first lane of barracks goes down. In fact, they want to go in onto Crank. Prodigy uses the Dagon, gets silenced, and will retreat. So 31 to 30, nearly dead even in kill scores as we reach the 50-minute mark of game 1 of this best of 2. And Team Random, not the first team to push uphill, but they are the first team to claim a lane of barracks in this game. And with that last team fight, getting that perfect Chronosphere, Echo Slam, Omni Slash. Neshu in trouble here, backed back, Rocket Barraged and killed. Silverstorm silenced by Crank, magnetized and killed. 2 quick kills, so Roshan is up. Could be the choice for Powerhouse, but chasing onto Prodigy instead. Prodigy will easily escape. So just as I was saying that Team Random were doing well and had taken the lead, they lose 2 heroes quickly in a fight in the river. Called out and magnetized were used, but not too long cooldown, so they should be back up. And it looks like rather than go for Roshan, it's just going to be the bottom lane push. I do will have to worry a little bit about this mid lane. It's pretty close, and Prodigy is split pushing off lane. 20 seconds cooldown on Boots of Travel, so won't be able to get back to defend this. And 4Q also not going to be back. Oh no, 4Q is going to TP back. Okay, but they'll have no puck for this. Can they defend this with just 3 heroes? 4, I guess, as the line comes back up. Glyph is used, and the Manta illusions are quickly killed off, and this lane of barracks will go down. Puck is back now. Here comes the fight. Echo, Dream Coil onto 2. Here's 4Q, but getting destroyed. So much damage. Just manages to get off the Omni Slash, but it's going to reappear and die immediately. Dead with no buyback. Great Echo Slam, and Mark's BKB has expired now, but Zap Zap with the Eye of the Storm going, doing so much damage. Faceless Void did go. Faceless Void does get the Echo Slam Chronosphere off onto 3, but it's not going to be enough. Silver's Zap Zap just keeps shitting out damage with the Eye of the Storm. Gyrocopter dying has ended up not mattering. It's a 2-for-1. These barracks go down. See a buyback from the Gyrocopter, and Boots of Travel in. Powerhouse want to end this game now. They're fed up with this back and forth. Lion will buy back, and we'll see another fight here. Nice Fisher catches 4. Stun onto 1 from the line. Killer Panda gets the Shiva's slow. Shiva's in both directions. Prodigy jumps in. Dagon has to blink away though. Zap Zap pops the BKB, punches buildings. Mark the same. Mid tower will barracks are going to both go down as well, and Team Random don't seem to be able to defend this. All 5 heroes still up, keeping nice and healed. Prodigy comes in with Dagon from the back, but is going to be in trouble. Thighs is going to get blown up by the Earthshaker. So finally a kill here. Mark pops the BKB as this last tower is the target of Team Powerhouse. Dream Coil onto 3. Where's the follow-up? There's the Dagon onto Mark, and that's a dead Gyrocopter. No buyback, 100 seconds. Zap Zap now the target. Lots of bashes from Sandstorm. More stuns from Killer Panda, and there is finally the turnaround and the defense from Team Random. They have no Juggernaut. They have a lot of creeps to deal with in their base, but they kill the Razor, they kill the Gyrocopter. Silverstorm picks up a Assault Cuirass, and it's going to be the Refresher Orb, choosing to drop the Veil but keep the Yules. Interestingly, there's still 70 seconds with no buyback, but on the Gyrocopter, Team Random not pushing super aggressively. They are starting to flow down mid. It's Earth Spirit so farmed, picks up a Hex now. Crank really scary, lots of control. Can they do something without Gyrocopter? I don't think Razor should buy back for this necessarily. We'll see. Although I mean Razor pretty slotted, so might as well buy back. Did complete the Butterfly. So it's the GG push from Team Random, not going for barracks. They just want the throne. There will be the buyback from the Razor. 4Q straight onto the tier 4 towers. Razor comes through with the plasma field, but this tower getting pretty low. I think it is going to go down. Where are the creeps? Just coming in. Nice vac wall onto 3. Dream Coil onto 2 from Prodigy, but silenced up needs to get out of there, and this GG push not going so well. Gyrocopter about to come back up, and I think Team Random need to get out of here. These wall illusions are coming forward. They're going to do a lot of damage. Neshu has been caught out on the Lion. The stun will just catch from the Coconut, and Earth Spirit will get the kill. Prodigy throwing out Dagons, but not doing too much, and Team Random have to TP back as their tier 4 tower goes down. So the GG push unsuccessful, and Team Random have to be worried now with only 2 barracks left, keeping them alive. Dangle continuing to chase Killer Panda, has the BKB, will blink away. But the counter attack is coming. Hex onto Killer Panda, Crank, Lotus orbed up, heads uphill. They want this last lane of racks. Team Powerhouse are ready to end this game at the 55-minute mark. It's still close on XP, very close on gold. This game is balanced on a knife edge and could certainly still go the way of Team Random. All ultimates are up, wall down for another 30 seconds. Darkseer did build that pipe in the end. Head over to buyback status. So we have 3 heroes on the Dire, no buyback on the Lion or the Faceless Void, but Juggernaut and Puck both have buybacks. It's the important thing for Team Random. No buyback for 5 minutes on Razor or for 3 minutes on Gyrocopter. So if Team Random can win this next team fight, Roshan has been up for a long time, by the way. E-Blade complete on the Gyro, smoke from the Radiant side. If Team Random can win this fight, they're going to have a window with no buybacks that they can use to win this game. And Roshan will be the target of Powerhouse. Not going all in for this top lane push. Might not be the best idea here. Smoke from the Dire. Will they come in this? No. Crank knows what's up. Blink forward. Dream Coil onto 2. Wall is put up in a good spot to block the advance. They'll have to walk through it to do anything. But Chronosphere onto Thighs and Crank. Omni Slash through, not doing enough damage now though. That Razor is too tanky. Crank will go down, so supports are killed on both sides. 4Q though trying desperately to stay alive, as will not be able to do so. Buyback is available on this Juggernaut, and I think Jug should buy back and they should keep going with this one with Crank dead, but I don't think that's going to be what happens. Prodigy blinking around. Mark coming up pretty exposed here, but Chronosphere was used, Dream Coil was used. Still Echo Slam available. But this Razor, so tanky at the moment, really, really hard to deal with the evasion on from the Butterfly as well. BKBs are getting down, only 5 seconds left now on both BKBs on the Radiant side. So more opportunities for control, but the damage is starting to become the problem. Without this Juggernaut up and punching, Juggernaut has a lot of money. Or complete an item. And now they will try to force the fight top lane. Dream Coil coming back off cooldown. Oh, we did see the refresher used, so I didn't catch this. If there was a second Dream Coil in that fight, there may well have been. But double Dream Coil is available. And that's a pretty potent combination. So I'm going to try and save the buyback on this Juggernaut here, and I think they will successfully do so. Wow, this game is going to continue. We're about to hit the 60-minute mark with no end in sight. There's the Dream Coil onto Jim Dangle. This would be a good kill. Lotus Orb is up, and Static Link will scare Prodigy away. Dagon does some pretty decent damage. Some Mystic Staff up on Jim Dangle. Could see another Hex there. Yet more control. And at 38 minutes into the game, quick look at the graphs here. And wow, almost 0 on EXP, almost 0 on gold. Still very finely balanced. There's a 1 lane of barracks advantage, and wow, still an outer tower standing for Team Powerhouse. I forgot about that. So they're ahead in that sense, but still very close. Finally, this Roshan looks like it might be taken. Roche, very tough fight at this stage of the game, but Zap Zap whipping away, whip it good. And Mark will come in to help. Here come the Dire though. Chronosphere is available. Kick through will catch 2, so Earth Spirit knows what's up. And Powerhouse will scatter. They do not want to fight in the Roche Pit or in the river. That's not gone well for them in recent team fights. Mark a little caught out here. Has BKB though, so won't be too scared about being out in front. But yeah, I think getting Roshan is going to be pretty tricky. Blink forward, Hex onto Neshu from Crank, and the kick as well, but nice Fissure to block out. Silverstorm takes a lot of damage from the E-Blade, but will get away with Time Walk. Dagon from Prodigy, who's jumped in and is taking a ton of damage from these creeps. Does not want to hang around there, and the Puck will die. Needs to buy back, almost certainly. First sloppy play from the Puck. Great blink forward and back from Dangle, but not able to get any kills. And Puck not buying back yet. Manta Illusions punching Zap Zap. And now high ground is the call. There's the buyback on the Puck. 4Q trying to kill creeps. And now buyback is available on the gyrocopter after this long wait. And in 40 seconds and 1,000 gold will be available as well. Dyer's courier was killed. Didn't have anything on it. Oh no, it did have something on it. Had a point booster for 4Q, so it was going to be the Eye of Scotty pretty much complete there. Now won't be able to do it, but could still buy it anyway. Going to try and catch Zap Zap here. The tankiest hero misses with the illusory orb though. Keeps pursuing, and now Crank is going to come in and Hex Prodigy. Puck dies and has no buyback. That could be the end of the game. 4Q caught in the Chronosphere, so taking a lot of damage from this Magnetize and not able to get out of it. Silverstorm might have killed the Juggernaut with that Chronosphere, and Jug and Void go down. Both have buybacks and will almost certainly have to use them. Jim Dangle will come forward and punch Netsu. There's the buyback from the Juggernaut. Prodigy needs to stay alive, has no buyback if they die. Void will buy back as well. Hex onto Prodigy, and that will be Puck dead. 120 seconds, no buyback. Could that be the end of the game? Big Echo Slam for Killer Panda. Gets Zap Zap incredibly low. BKB from Mark. There's the Omni Slash through. Bounces only onto the Earth Spirit and kills Crank. Call down is used. 4Q will be able to get out. Buyback from the Earth Spirit, and GG well played is called by Killer Panda. This game is over as the creeps are in the base. Wow, what a game. 61 minutes, 44 to 37 the kill score. Really close, back and forth the whole time. I think that Chronosphere at the end by Team Random locking the Juggernaut in with the magnetized damage right next to a stone was not the greatest move. And Team Powerhouse take the win. Crank on this Earth Spirit, 9-7 and 21. Great play. Really making the most of that hero. It was a lot of fun to watch. Good play from Jim Dangle on the Darkseer too, and the Razor Zap Zap. Not the greatest time in lane at the start, but came back, got super tanky, and did well. For the side of Team Random, Puck, Team Prodigy played very, very well. Couple of mistakes towards the end there, but gets pretty tough for Puck that late on. And good play from Killer Panda on the Earthshaker. Captain as well was there with the Fishers, making the saves in the early game and in the late game. So that was game one, and what a long one it was. I will take a quick break from commentary, but the stream is going to stay live, and we will be back shortly with game two. Welcome back. Ooh, that was nasty. Welcome back to Season 9 of the RD2L League, Central European Time Saturday Division. This is Game 2 of a best-of-2 matchup between Powerhouse and Team Random. Powerhouse managed to get their logo in here this time, which is good, because it's a good logo. Game 1 was a fantastic game. Really, really enjoyed casting it. Went just over an hour long and was won by the Radiant side, Team Powerhouse,
Radiant team back.
with the score of 43 kills to 36. And we'll see bans come out here. Powerhouse banning out the Earthshaker that was played very effectively by the captain of Team Random Killer Panda in Game 1. And Team Random first banning that Earth Spirit, which we saw Crank do very well. And Crank also just told me that I was a little wrong in my call in that last team fight, because apparently something that I was not aware of, that each stone only refreshes the duration of Magnetize once. So being trapped in Chrono next to the stone wasn't necessarily murdering the Juggernaut quite as much as I said it was. Still, I don't think it was the greatest Chronosphere in the world. And Phoenix will be banned out by Team Random. Was also their ban in Game 1. So first pick for Powerhouse, and they're going to go for the Beastmaster. Beastmaster was ignored by both sides in Game 1. Went all the way through the draft without being picked or banned, but first picked by Powerhouse. And a good hero. Strong in the early game and the mid game. Falls off a bit late on, but gets a lot out of the offlane. And Crystal Maiden will be the support first pick for Team Random.
Seconds remaining.
They also first picked a support in Game 1. And then follow that up with their offlane Faceless Void pick. Void, moderately effective, I would say. The game went late enough that Void was able to get some items. Was never really a big damage dealer, but that Chronosphere control did work well several times for Team Random. Oh, that was nasty. I've got my own stream sound on, so listening to myself, that's bad. Get rid of that. So second pick for Team Random. We'll see if they go for an offlaner again. And if indeed they return to this Faceless Void pick. I would expect something different though. In terms of offlane heroes, look at some previous drafts here. They've run some Beastmaster themselves. Like a Viper perhaps? Or Enchantress, sorry. And there's an Axe pick last week in a match they won against Bone 7 Face. Axe has seen a lot of bans in games that I've been casting, but hasn't been picked. So it'd be interesting to see that. The Team Random taking their time here. Probably not too happy about losing that game. In Game 1, it was close enough that there were, I'm sure, were points where Team Random really thought they could win that game. And I thought they could win that game, so they'll be disappointed to have come away with the loss there. Windsor Wyvern will be their second pick, so 2 supports early for Team Random this time. And now Powerhouse will have their last pick of the first phase.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
And it's the Vengeful Spirit for Powerhouse, so they'll pick up a support for themselves. And we'll head into the second phase of bans.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Team Random in Game 1 banning out the Nature's Prophet and then targeting safe lane heroes with the with Slark and Spectre bans. And then going for that Spectre ban again, so seeing what Mark did with that Gyrocopter, don't want to give them the Spectre apparently. Powerhouse targeted a lot of bans at the mid position in game 1, and that looks like it will be likely again. For getting rid of that Disruptor, they're going to ban the Wind Ranger and the Slark ban, which was also a second phase ban from Team Random in game 1. Powerhouse will ban out the Alchemist. Also, technically a mid-hero. It's still weird for me to think of Alchemist as a mid-hero, because when I first started watching Dota in the TI 3 days, that was very much not how Alchemist was played.
10 seconds remaining.
So, first pick of the second phase for Team Random. They have 2 supports so far. So we'll be looking for the 3 core heroes now. In that game 1, they ran the Juggernaut Puck and the Faceless Void. Choosing to go for the Radiant side this time, interestingly. And giving first pick to Powerhouse. And running through all of their time so far, they're going to go for the Timber Saw. I would expect this to be in the off lane, so I don't think you can do contributions towards quests in Captain's Mode lobbies. So I don't think this is a cut core pick. And there's the Elder Titan. I talked about it in the draft of game 1 that Powerhouse ran Elder Titan in both matches against Tiny Tasty Taco last week and won both matches. And I wanted to see what that's about. So let's see what that's about. It is a support Elder Titan based on their drafts in previous weeks. Not a mid lane one. There was that brief period where the Astral Spirit did way more damage and you could use it to last hit with. It was a weird period of time. Lifestealer will be the carry pick for Team Random. And some good potential for Timbersaw Lifestealer bombs, certainly. Get Timber chained in and pop out a scary zombie man. That sucks. So last pick of the second phase for Powerhouse.
10 seconds remaining.
And they'll be looking for a mid laner and a safe laner now.
5 seconds.
Still
remaining.
Puck in the field. We mentioned that Powerhouse play a lot of Puck. And saw it used very effectively in game 1 by their opponents, by Prodigy. So I would think a Puck pick here would be pretty smart, or a ban indeed in the second phase. Yeah, pretty much Puck and Zeus. In fact, looking at Dota buff here, Powerhouse played almost exclusively Puck and Zeus mid. There's one match where they played Alchemist. And it'll be the Death Prophet, so not going with pattern, trying to do some new things with their mid laner, and a very strong pushing lineup here. The Elder Titan, Vengeful Spirit, Auras, Death Prophet, Ultimate, Beastmaster, Minions. A really, really powerful push lineup from Powerhouse at the moment. Team is Random will ban out the Anti-Mage with their last ban.
10 seconds remaining.
And we'll see if Powerhouse do ban out that Puck.
5 seconds remaining.
No, they're going to go for the Tinker ban, so wanted to get rid of those counter push heroes. Team Random, pretty decent counter push. Timbersaw, obviously good counter pushing hero, and Crystal Maiden and Winter River both have some spells they can use to nuke down some creep waves. So good for high ground defense. But Team Random, Team Powerhouse could potentially be pushing high ground before Team Random are really ready for it. If they go for an aggressive type of strategy with this lineup, which I think would benefit them. We'll see depending on the last picks, but Powerhouse lineup so far, not one you want to take super deep into the late game, although Elder Titan, interesting things with the late game. That natural order reduction can give you a lot of damage in the late game. So last pick now for Powerhouse will be for the safe lane. Ran the Gyrocopter in game 1 to some success, not a dominant carry performance, but did pretty well, I would say. Could still pick this Phantom Lancer. They have run some PL in the past. Sven also still in the pool. Wouldn't be a bad pick here. Although not really lacking for control with the Venge and Beastmaster stuns and the Titan Stomp. Good combo there, you know, one of those stuns. The problem with the Titan Stomp is setting it up, obviously, but if you have a Magic Missile or a Roar, you can very easily throw the Stomp on top of that, and then throw the
10 seconds remaining.
Earth Splitter on top of the Stomp. And it will be the Clinks carry, so more sort of early mid-game kind of draft from Powerhouse here, I think. They're going to have a very strong peak when, you know, Elder Titan's got levels up in those auras. Beastmaster has that Necro book. Death Prophet Ultimate is up, maybe up to level 2, and Clinks is hitting that sort of mid-game peak of scariness.
5 seconds remaining.
There's going to be a really difficult period there for Team is Random to try and deal with. They're down to the very end of their reserve time, and we'll be picking up their mid-hero now. And it will be a Leshrac. A throwback draft. Wow, haven't seen Leshrac in a long time. Hero definitely does have a high ceiling, and in the late game, still with that, you know, Ags, BKB, Octarine core, is just a terrifying hero to play against. So we'll see how well what's his name? Gone already. Prodigy, that's the name I was looking for. We'll do on the mid. I'll go spam some Discord chat links here. Uh-oh. Crank has internet problems. I think we're going to see... Oh no, Crank is here. Seeing some things in Discord. And we will get into game 2. No pause. We're just going. So we'll introduce the players. On the Radiant side, Team Random, we will have 4Q on the Lifestealer in the safe lane. Prodigy will take mid on the Leshrac. Nashru will be on the Winter Wyvern and Killer Panda. The Captain will be on the Crystal Maiden and Icy support duo in the tri-lane. And Silverstorm, with a pretty outrageous Timbersaw set, will be in the off lane. For the Dire side and Team Powerhouse, Mark, the carry player, will have the Clinks. Jim Dangle will be supporting with the Elder Titan. Zap Zap, the Captain, mid on the Death Prophet. Crank will take the Beastmaster off lane.
30 seconds.
And Thighs will be on the Vengeful Spirit. I don't think we're going to see any action over the runes here. Silverstorm would be wise not to try and contest this with all 5 heroes from the Dire side here. And we'll walk away. Pop down a ward, blocking off this side camp.
The battle begins.
And bounty runes for both mid heroes, as we saw in game 1. So I'm curious to see this mid matchup. It was pretty close in game 1. Expect Death Prophet to have a bit of an advantage over Leshrac here, but if you're good with those split earths, Leshrac is a monster. And certainly the Lightning Storm, pretty good farming spell. And this Beastmaster is going to start in the jungle, so this is not the lane setup I was expecting. Jim Dangle is going to go to the off lane, is going to try and last hit with Astral Spirit, it looks like. And it will be a pure jungle Beastmaster, so Powerhouse trying to go for a bit of a more efficient lane setup. Spread the EXP and farm around. Killer Panda is going to be jungling, or at least stacking jungle, so trying to counteract some of that jungle Beastmaster farm. Crystal Maiden does jungle well, but not nearly as well as Beastmaster. And certainly not with that level 1 Iron Talon. Nice D-ward there from Silverstorm. Even that jungle camp blocked. But Venge will buy some sentries and get rid of that now. And Silverstorm having a good time in this offlane so far. 4 last hits already. Pretty happy about that compared to no last hits and very little XP for this Elder Titan. So tri-lane locking out the Elder Titan pretty effectively. For Team Random, they'll be happy about that. 4Q getting the free farm. Whereas the Clink's Mark having a much harder time with Silverstorm being a nuisance. That's those reactive armor stacks to help tank through, and nice mana regen from Crystal Maiden. Keep all the spells available. Mid lane pretty close here. Slight lead for Zap Zap, but very, very close. Are going to see a rotation from Neshu, but spotted out, and Zap Zap won't take a single Arctic Burn hit. Beastmaster farming nice and quick in this jungle. Keeping pace and last hits with the free farming 4Q in the safe lane. And we'll see some jungle stacks by the supports. But I'd expect to see some hero level disparity here. Not too big yet. But the dire side with their lane setup should expect to have a better EXP distribution. And Jim Dangle hiding in the trees has managed to get level 2. Still no last hits though. Beastmaster farming so effectively, could even go straight for a Midas like this? I don't know. Don't usually see it. But if you're completely uncontested like this, why not? Still very close in this mid lane. 11 and 9 for Zap Zap. 10 and 6 for Prodigy. Starting to get levels up though, up to level 2 in that Chain Lightning, and that Lightning Storm even. It just gets more and more annoying as you put more points in it. As the number of bounces goes up, so it just means it's always going to bounce through off the creep wave and onto the enemy hero and do some damage.
This'll come in handy.
And Jim Dangle has got level 3 and has come to try and do something to this Silverstorm, and we're going to see the setup that I talked about, Magic Missile into Stomp, and that's first blood for Mark. Great stuff. So safe lane farm was a little bit less than optimal for Mark, but that kill will make up for it. First blood bonus gold, and that's a happy Clinks. .4Q having a pretty boring time farming away in safe lane here. Bought phase boots. That's Crank. Continues to farm this jungle like an absolute monster. Leads the game in last hits. Really some very efficient jungle farm. And as this Clinks gets a bit more leveled and farmed here, it's going to be harder and harder for Silverstorm to do much. Still getting the odd few last hits here and there. And the offlane has been pretty much abandoned, it looks like. This Elder Titan is now going to be more in a roaming role. Crank has come mid. Not going for that Hand of Midas, but has picked up the Staff of Wizardry with an eye towards getting that very quick Necro book out. They've spotted Killer Panda coming up the river here, so they're going to rotate around onto the back. The Astral Spirit will come uphill, and Thighs will get the stun onto Killer Panda. Here's that stun combo we talked about. Killer Panda gets woken up, able to freeze Thighs, but will go down. Beastmaster gets the kill with the boar. Neshu's here to help Silverstorm get out. But a nice quick kill. 4 heroes did have to rotate through for this. And they were originally looking for a go on mid, but good gank and a 2-0 lead at 6 minutes for Team Powerhouse. Prodigy waiting for that bottle to get this rune. Does so. Zap Zap will be sad. But Jim Dangle and Crack, it looks like, will protect this regen top for the Death Prophet to come and get it. $1,000 gold now up on 4Q after phase boots. Wouldn't be outrageous to see a Hand of Midas. on 4Q at all. I suspect the Team Random will want to take this game late, given the sort of mid-game push lineup that Powerhouse have. So it would make sense for Lifestealer to go for that Hand of Midas. See if that is indeed the choice. Beastmaster's hanging around mid here. As Roar. And could think about going on Prodigy as my phone is going off. Is going to run forward here, but won't do anything other than scare back the Shrek. Phone off. And Jim Dangle has come up top lane now, so more of a tri lane. But Crank staying in this jungle, working towards that Necro Book, and leaving 4Q, who is now back up on top of the farm chart and is going to be going for the armlet as the first item on Lifestealer. Killer Panda doing a bit of jungle farm. Has a Windlace, but not much else. Crank coming back mid lane. Will be spotted by the wards here, so no danger for Prodigy, who's just over here. Doing some jungle stacks. Has those mana boots. And looks like we'll buy up a magic wand. As Crank and Zap will push onto this mid lane tower, and there is the ultimate, but Creep Wave pulled away by the Shrek, so Zap not going to be able to get much damage onto this mid lane tower, only down to about half health now. And Killer Panda is going to rotate through to try and protect the mid tower. And these bats doing a fair bit of damage, but that will be the end of the push. So not able to get the tower all the way down with that first ultimate, but doing some good damage. .4Q having about as interesting an early game as they did in game 1. Not interested in being aggressive at all. Timbersaw about to find that level 6 and pretty close to getting mana boots, but Thighs and Jim Dangle want to go for the magic missile into Stomp combo again. Just waiting for Silverstorm to poke out too far here. Try and get some XP. And then Thighs is going to pop out and go for this. But Silverstorm playing cautious. Not overextending. It seems to be doing okay. Here's some damage. But no stun. And I don't think we'll see a kill there. Neshu counter pushing mid a little bit. And that, yes, I was going to say, that Necronomicon must be done pretty soon here. And indeed it will be, just a few hundred gold left. Jim Dangle now has taken up position in the bushes. So they really want to do something to Silverstorm here, but not able to get the position for the stun. Pretty quiet early game here, 10 minutes in. We'll take a look at the graphs. Powerhouse with a small experience advantage and a narrow gold lead so far, despite being behind in kills. The Beastmaster farm from Powerhouse in the better lane setup, really just keeping them out in front. We'll see some ward fighting on top lane. Chomp chomp. And rotation round from Zap onto Silverstorm, but silence has expired, so Timber Chain's away. The Astral Spirit's coming up here, won't be able to get in range for the stomp though. And Silverstorm will escape. Lots of damage being dumped onto the top tower though. Mark is here, has level 4 in those Searing Arrows now. So big chunks of damage. Is he going to stay around here and try and get this kill? No. Backs off. Is this tower? Is in deny range, yes, but Stomp comes out. Silverstorm will be asleep. And Mark dives forward, wants this kill really badly. He's going to get pretty low, but will probably survive these tower shots and live. Hides in the bushes. Killer Panda now coming in. Can Killer Panda get the kill off? No, doesn't have the mana. Killer Panda is going to go down here. One more punch. Jim Dangle gets the kill. Dust used. Now Prodigy's here and gets the kill straight away onto Clink. So there's the turnaround. Jim Dangle uses the stomp and runs through the trees, but will die to the Split Earth. Double kill for Prodigy. There's the turnaround. It's a 2-for-2 exchange. And getting that Clink's kill, very much worthwhile. Looks like a bit of a fight mid lane. Crank comes through. Death Prophet takes the tower. Roar is available here, as is Death Prophet ultimate. They will be used. Silverstorm needs to get out of here, turning around every which way. Can't get the Timber Chain off in time, and the Timber Saw will go down. Kill for the Beastmaster. That Necro book is ready. Hasn't been used yet. Might go for a push onto the tier 2 here with Necro and Death Prophet ultimate, but not choosing to use the book yet. 4Q is here. Has the armament completed. Has finally left that safe lane, where Mark has appeared and will be working towards that Desolator. Getting some good farm. We'll split set over to net worth here, and with that double kill, the Shrek has taken the lead. Top of the net worth is going to be rushing the Aghanim Scepter. Clink's close behind, and Death Prophet and Lifesteal are also farming well, and the Beastmaster, the third core for the dire side, also getting a lot of farm. Double damage onto Zap Zap. And it looks like we're going to see a fight bottom here. All 5 heroes are in the Radiant Jungle, although the Shrek not in position to help. There's the stun. Killer Panda, silent stop, big stomp onto 3. Quick death for the Crystal Maiden. Rage has to be used by 4Q. And Silverstorm goes in, tries to get the kill onto Crank, but dies for his trouble. Open wounds onto Zap Zap, but 4Q taking a lot of damage from Mark. Has to infest into a creep. Is in one of these Necro creeps. They don't know which one, though. That's kind of funny. And, oh, Winter Wyvern died off to the side there. Once these Necro creeps expire, there's going to be a Lifestealer here, but this fight really going in the favor of Powerhouse. I don't think they know. Yeah, no, they do know that Lifestealer is in one of those creeps, so they're going to take this tower. And Lifestealer took control of the creep, but immediately gets roared. They know what's up. Necro creep will go down. Lifestealer will be stunned and will die. And it's 9-2 as we hit 14 minutes. Powerhouse take the safe lane tower, take a decisive fight, and look to be doing well in the early game. Will lose their mid tower in the trade, though. First level in Diabolic Edict for Prodigy. Enough to get that tower done, and is working towards that Aghanim Scepter. So Teams Random have a way back into this game, but they're going to have to weather this storm that we talked about, this mid-game, early mid-game storm, where the damage output from Powerhouse is going to be huge, and the pushing potential is going to be very strong. And nice early medallion pickup here by Thighs. I like this. Help them just burn through the enemy heroes in these early fights. Bit of a push top lane with the Timber Saw and the Leshrac, but not going to commit onto the tower. And all 3 outer towers already have been taken by Team Powerhouse. See if they choose to farm for a while or if they group up and go for another push. Oh man, I just noticed I've had dropped frames. I'm not good at paying attention to that. 1500 drop frames. I wonder if I've been having some stutters again. I blame my roommates for using the internet or something. 4 heroes mid. For Team Random, might see a smoke. No. Pings out though. Mark is invis here. 4 heroes, not really a good idea. Going on this. Dust is popped. They know he's here, and this could be a dead Clinks right in the middle of all these enemy heroes. Not great placement. Dead for 41 seconds. Meanwhile, Necro 3 is completed 16 minutes into the game. That is a fast farming Beastmaster. Goodness me. So a really scary push will be coming very soon from Paris. They'll be annoyed to have lost that Clinks, but Desolator is complete. Bloodstone. Oh, so not the Ags, but wow, that Clink's death must have given a lot of money. Only 344 gold, but that's a really quick Bloodstone. I didn't realize how well Prodigy was farming. It's up to top on net worth now with that purchase. Must have cleared through some good jungle. So let's see how this will go. for Team Random. If they keep losing team fights, then that early Bloodstone pickup is going to become pretty worthless. They need to get those charges built up for that early item to make sense. So Mark is back alive now, and we'll see if there's something done with this Necro 3. Could be a Roshan attempt with it. Wouldn't be out of the question with this Desolator, and it looks like that will be the choice. The Hawk will be sent out to scout. There is a ward here from the Radiant side, so they might suspect what's going on. They'll see this ward go down, certainly. And Team Random is going to know that there's a Roche attempt going on, but I don't think they can do anything to stop it. And the red lasers from Mark taking down the big man's armor. And this will be an Aegis on the Clinks, I would assume, although it looks like it might be on Crank now. Clinks will take the Aegis. 17 minutes in. We're going to see a fight here. Killer Panda comes up, gets the Frost Nova onto Crank and the Freeze as well. Here comes the split, the Earth Splitter though, and it will catch 2. Mark goes forward. Huge damage onto Silverstorm. 4Q will pop out, and Winter's Curse did great work there, and there's 3 dead already. This fight not going as well as Powerhouses would have hoped, but now moving forward with the Necro units and the ultimate from Death Prophet. That's more like what I was expecting to see in this fight. Aegis is spent, but it's a 4-for-2 exchange. Zap chasing through, trying to find where the last remaining hero is, and it's Prodigy pushing mid. Did get some Bloodstone charges there, didn't die, so not terrible from the Shrek, but pretty far out of position now.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And Mark will push through onto this bottom tower as the rest of the team chases Prodigy, gets a stun out onto Tyson, is going to go for it and go for the kill. Prodigy playing kind of too bold here. Should have TP'd out a while ago and made Bloodstone suicide? No, doesn't get the suicide off. 5 Bloodstone charges gone. The Shrek is dead. Dominating streak onto Zap on the Death Prophet. Bottom tower not quite going down. Klink's forced to escape. And looks like we'll head towards the BKB next, so it could be a Dragonlance. There's a double damage in the river here. And Mark might just go for more greedy kills. Because why not? When you're a Klinks. Zap comes through, spots this double damage, gets silence off onto 2, and here is Mark with the punches. Crystal Maiden goes down in 3 hits, Silverstorm goes down in 4 hits. Double kill. Slow out onto Neshu. Winter's Curse will cause Zap to do a lot of damage, to take a lot of damage even from Mark, but I don't think it'll be enough. Jim Dangle is going to get the stomp onto Neshu, and that's going to be a dead Winter Wyvern. And Powerhouse, with this early game lineup, they are just steamrolling these engagements. Without the Leshrac there, with the magic damage, there's really no hope. Leshrac trying to counter push here, has 4 points in Diabolic Edict. Has a bunch of gold, 10 Bloodstone charges, but is going to get closed on again by 2 heroes, and I think this could be another death for Prodigy. Roared up. There's too much damage from the Necro unit. Zap is here as well. Mega kill streak for the Death Prophet, 5-0 and 7. And this Leshrac is going to be worried now about the game going forward. Down to just 6 Bloodstone charges, those 2 quick deaths. Needed to get farming really quickly on towards that next tier of items, the Aghanim Scepter, the BKB, the Octarine Core. And the more and more that that's delayed, the harder it is for Team Random to get back into this game.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Push is coming mid, Necro units and Boars. Bottom tower did go down, and Zap a little bit caught out here, surrounded by enemy heroes, taking a lot of damage, but is able to get the kill onto 4Q and onto the Timbersaw as well. Mark getting pretty low, but has the Aegis, doesn't care. Prodigy stunned up, has the ultimate on, doing a lot of damage. Thighs will go down. Good Winter's Curse there. So it's a 3-for-1. Neshu gets slept up. Crank and Mark coming round, and the laser beams. Too much damage. Mark is unstoppable. 9-2 and 5. And it's 21-6 at 20 minutes in. This mid tower should go down here pretty quickly. And then there'll be only 1 outer tower remaining for Team Random. This game looks like it could be over pretty quickly.
Radiant's middle tower has
Lifestealer working towards that Sanjin Yasha, but just so far behind. Top 3 heroes on net worth, all on the dire side. And even thinking about going high ground here, but backing out as their opponents respawn. BKB complete on the Clinks. So going to feel very confident going up against this Leshrac in team fights. Not going to be worried at all. And there's another Bloodstone in this game, and it's got a lot more charges on it. Death Prophet also has 3,000 gold. Think about a Blink Dagger, even given being this far ahead, just for fun. And Blink Dagger is complete on Crank after getting that incredibly early Necro Book. Boots of Travel will probably be the next item. Soul Ring 4 Staff is the build on Jim Dangle. And going for the max natural order build, so that's part of why these heroes have been disappearing so quickly in the team fights. The combination of the minus armor reduction to 0 from Jim Dangle, and then on top of that, the Desolator and the Medallion, just really enhancing the right click damage. That's already substantial from the Clinks. Top lane, Prodigy and Silverstar and Killer Panda want to go here, but they don't realize that Mark is in the area, and Thighs and Crank are close behind as well. Dust is popped, it does catch Mark. Open Wounds goes, but there's the BKB, and 4Q doesn't want to take this man fight. Punch down to death. Mark losing health, but has the Aegis and doesn't care, and that's 3-for-0 kill. Crank will get killed. Good Winter's Curse. Necro units turning on their master, but I don't think it's going to matter. Leshrac dying again. 2 charges on the Bloodstone. Has picked up a Ghost Scepter just to try and live through some of these fights, but I think we might be not far away from a GG here. BKB's picked up by Death Prophet. No creeps at this offlane tower, so push not coming quite as quickly as might be hoped. But Necro units will go in, fight the backdoor regen.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Aegis has expired on Mark now. Or was it used? I don't remember. Yeah, it probably expired. So the last outer tower is claimed by Team Powerhouse. It's 24 minutes into the game. Let's take another look at the graphs, and as you expect, it's just a huge lead. 12,000, 13,000 gold experience, 16,000 gold. Excuse me. Leshrac, really the only hero with respectable net worth on Team Random, but only 2 Bloodstone charges, really far behind where you'd expect your Leshrac to have been after finishing that Bloodstone so early. Just has died too many times, not been able to get the kills. Up to level 14, so close to that max level in the Pulse Nova, but no BKB. Has the Ghost Scepter, so might be able to stay alive a little bit in these fights. We've seen it's not impossible for Team Random to get these kills. Excuse me, Neshu with that Winter's Curse has been good for a couple kills. And I do now have Lifestealer infested up into Silverstorm to go for some kind of initiation as the push comes mid lane from Team Powerhouse. Link forward from Crank, Scream onto Prodigy, Necro units are popped, Whirling Axes, and there's the Ghost Scepter to keep Leshrac alive. And it will do so for a short period of time, some little chip damage being done. And this top tower might get claimed by the Catapult creep wave here. In fact, we are going to see TPs back. Not going to push mid lane. Roshan respawning in just less than a minute. And Powerhouse is choosing to back off, defend their towers. Maybe look for this Roshan and the next wave of items, as we do see 3,000 gold on this Clinks. Death Prophet, about 1,000 gold after the BKB. Beastmaster closing in on those Boots of Travel. Item progression on the Radiant side, we haven't seen much. 4Q has been sitting on this armlet Yasha for a while now. Would love to finish up the S and Y, I'm sure. There's a Ghost Scepter on Killer Panda, so Ghost Scepter is trying to be the thing for Team Random to stay alive here. Thighs runs right past an invisible Prodigy. In fact, this invisible Prodigy staying in this jungle around a lot of enemy heroes. Little scary. And Timbersaw, that we thought would have a good start in lane, has ended up so far down on net worth. 8 deaths. Killer Panda just getting the Ghost Scepter off in time to survive there. But yeah, Ring of Health, Ring of Basilius, no items at all. And this off lane, Timbersaw looking more like a support. Winter Wyvern, in fact, ahead of Timbersaw net worth thanks to those good Winter's Curse kills. Killer Panda's caught out though. Roar used. Whirling Axes will get the kill. Wild Axes, excuse me. I'm not the only one who makes this mistake. I saw someone else, I think it was Slacks, in the Cut Core video, calling this ability Whirling Axes. Whirling Axes is Troll Warlord. Wild Axes is Beastmaster. Gotta get it right. So, second Roshan for Powerhouses. 27 minutes in. Be another Aegis onto Clinks. We'll be heading for that MKB as the next item. Prodigy pushes down this off lane, trying to relieve some of the pressure. Timbersaw picks up an item at last, gets that Vanguard. A little bit of tankiness, but I don't think it's going to be enough to deal with all this damage. The push is going to come mid lane. Death Prophet ultimate. Clinks with an Aegis.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Split push from Prodigy with the Diabolic Edict, but TPs are going to come back, and I don't know if Prodigy will be able to get away from this. No Blink Daggers though, so 2 TP, and that turns out to work out pretty well for Prodigy. He's stalled out this mid lane push there. Only 3 heroes now, albeit it is the 3 that do all the damage. And they're going to go into Mark. Crank gets out there though, gets the Roar onto Silverstorm, and that's a dead Silverstorm. 4Q also dead, just too much damage. Necrobook. And does get the Winter's Curse onto Mark, but Necro units weren't close enough to start hitting straight away, so not enough damage there. And it's a 2-0. And here comes the high ground push. There are the bats. There's the Necro units. Buyback from the Lifestealer, but I think this is going to be the last minutes of Game 2 of Powerhouses versus Team Random. This looks like it's going to be a 2-0 victory for Powerhouse. A very long game in Game 1, but much shorter game in Game 2 as Powerhouses drafted for this early mid-game and have really hit their peak well. This Jim Dangle pick, unconventional though it may be, seeming to work out. Good synergy in their lineup with the Venge and the Clinks and the Elder Titan. Neshu takes some punches. There's the Aegis finally used to get the kill on the Winter Wyvern, and this bottom lane of Rax is going to go down as well. Mark caught out a bit here, but pops the BKB. Gem lost by the Wyvern, and this surely is going to be GG now as team is Random are driven back to their fountain. Killer Panda will call it 29 minutes into the game, and Powerhouses take a 2-0 win over Team Random. A great Game 1. Really close, back and forth throughout the entire game. And then Game 2, just a good draft, well executed. Crank says fake GG, nice, I alt-tabbed. And yeah, I'm really impressed with Powerhouse, with their decisiveness. Clearly this was a strategy they had in mind, going for something push, not wanting to spend as long on Game 2 as they did on Game 1. And they executed it perfectly. Zap Zap, the captain, 6-0 and 13 on the Death Prophet. Can't say much bad about that. And that Beastmaster from Crank, the farming in the jungle, just really good stuff. It's not easy to farm so outrageously fast. You have to know what you're doing, know your patterns, know your camps. Crank certainly does. So that's going to be it for the cast today. Thank you for watching. This has been Reddit Dota 2 League Season 9, Central European Time Saturday. Powerhouse is winning 2-0 over Team is Random. I've been your caster, Jamska, and I will be back tomorrow evening, hopefully, for some PST Sunday action. Thanks for watching, and I will see you then.